Hey guys, this is Exodus, and today we're going to be doing a very special video. I'm going to be showing everybody how to properly identify your American silver. I know I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where people are recommending to use acid on your coins, and those people are asshats, and if you trust them, you will probably end up ruining a good coin if it is a good coin. If it isn't, then, well, you know, it's a piece of crap, then don't really have to worry about it. But the main reason I say, you know, you might ruin a good coin is because a lot of the people that, or a lot of the coin collectors that like to collect their coins don't like their coins to be damaged. If you actually take it and rub it down against one of the stones and then put the acid on top, you're just going to ruin it. And, you know, if your coin's worth a few $1,000s, then guess what? You just dropped the value by a lot. So the first thing that you're actually going to want to do is you're going to need a measuring device. Let me see here. I've got my my little cord here. You can go and measure it with your little tape measure, or you can pick up a different one. Another thing that you're going to need, or I would recommend, would be a scale. I have a digital scale. You can probably pick one up for about 10 bucks. They're not very expensive. And the next thing would be this book, actually. If you're barely getting into coin collecting, you should probably buy one of these books. I'll help you out a lot. It is the US Coins 2013. I'm sure that the 2014 version is already out, so you can probably pick up the 2014 version. Alright, let's go and open this back up to the Morgans. Now the good thing about this book is it actually gives you all the information that you would need over the Morgan coin. It gives you the weight, which should be 26.73 grams, the composition, which is generally silver and copper, the diameter, whether it has reeded edge, and where it was minted, which was Philadelphia, New Orleans, Carson City, Denver, and San Francisco. Alright, now the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and get your coin out, whatever it may be. We'll be using one of the ones that I have in my collection. This one's in 1896. And you're going to want to cross-reference the diameter with it. And again, go and set it down. Check the diameter of it, which is supposed to be roughly 38.1 millimeters. And this one comes out to be 38.1 millimeters, roughly. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Alright, so we've got the size down. The next thing that you actually want to check is the weight. It's actually very difficult for counterfeiters to get the weight down properly, seeing as different metals weigh differently. So we'll go ahead and check the weight of this against what's noted on there. We'll go ahead and turn on our digital scale. Alright, put our coin on top. Let's see if we can get a good view of this. Alright, it's not really showing up. Oh, no, maybe 26.7 roughly. Alright, and actually, what did I say our weight was? 26.73. So this right here would be a silver Morgan dollar. And let's go ahead and just cross-reference this as to what the value might be of it. I'm going to flip over to our other side. 1896. Oh, it's a few pages down. Alright, here we go. So in 1896, fairly decent, very fine condition, probably get about 35-40 bucks. Now, right under it is actually a different one that's actually valued at more. It's an 1896O, and then there's an 1896S. Now, again, if you had followed the steps that these other people have told you, where you take acid and you put it on your coin, or you scrub your coin down up against the stone and then test it with acid, a very fine coin like this, like one of the 96Os or the S's, a high grade one would go for about $42,000. Now, again, if you put the acid and everything else on there, well, guess what you just did? You just dropped the value of it drastically because you ruined the coin by scratching it up and by putting acid on it. So again, you do not want to use the acid trick that everybody keeps telling you about. Go out, get a measure, get a scale, get this book, and check your stuff that way. Now we'll go ahead and pick out another coin out of the collection that I have here. Don't mind that. Now then, let's see here. Well, here's another one right off the bat. And another thing, always keep them wrapped up in plastic or some sort of case. If you leave them out and they start clanking up against each other, that's just going to cause more damage to the coin, and again, that will drop the value of it. Now, this one's in 1880. I don't know if you can see the date, guys. It's a little blurry. I'm sorry about that. But we'll go ahead and weigh this one as well. Get our scale going. And let me see here, as soon as that little light goes away. 26.5. Now you can barely see it, I'm sorry about that again. But it's 26.5. Now, you're probably saying, well, why is this one just a little bit less? If I had a slightly better camera, but you can actually tell from the camera that I'm using, the 1880 that I have is actually worn down a lot more than what the 1896 is. So that's where you might lose a few of like the 0.02 or 0.0 whatever grams, some of the weight. So you do have a little bit of leniency whenever you're weighing them, but just be sure that they're not off by an entire gram or anything like that. They can only be off by a little bit, like 0.02, 0.01, or sometimes even 0.1, depending on how badly the coin is either damaged or circulated. But that's really about it, guys. Hopefully this helped somebody out there. And again, don't use acid on your coins. If it is a good coin and it's worth, a couple $1,000s, then you just ended up screwing yourself out of a really good coin. Alright, enjoy.